Seguramente usted sabe que la situación de Haití está un poquito mucho más preocupante ahora. Y el hecho, comentaba yo con don Freddy Sandoval aquí, de que Estados Unidos, Canadá, Europa, la embajada alemana, hayan sacado a sus diplomáticos de Haití, es una prueba clara de que algo se acerca a Haití. No hay dudas de que la República Dominicana, el grito de la República Dominicana ante la ONU, ante la Organización de Estados Americanos, ante todos los escenarios internacionales, para que la comunidad internacional mire hacia Haití, dio resultados. El presidente Luis Abinader, hay que darle ese voto. Y Haití sigue con la violencia. 7 hombres muertos cuando intentaron entrar a Pétionville. Es la zona más exclusiva, una de las zonas más exclusivas de Haití. Y definitivamente las declaraciones precisamente de la jefa del Comando Sur, la ven ustedes ahí en pantalla, de que ayer 15 diplomáticos más de la Embajada de Estados Unidos fueron sacados de la República de Haití y traídos aquí a la República Dominicana. Decía un comunicado del Departamento de Estado que estas personas van a ser los representantes consulares de la Embajada norteamericana aquí, se van a encargar de enviarlos hacia Estados Unidos, especialmente a Miami, creo que es. Y hay alrededor de 300 personas que ya han llegado aquí a la República Dominicana traídos en helicópteros desde Haití. El aeropuerto El Higüero se ha mantenido muy activo con respecto a eso. Lo que está pasando es que, en definitiva, la Organización de las Naciones Unidas ahora lo habló otra vez con mucha mayor claridad. Quiere que países como la República Dominicana acojan a haitianos como refugiados en la República Dominicana. La ACNUR ahora se pronunció. Ya lo había dicho la ONU y había dicho que en la República Dominicana se había establecido un puente aéreo humanitario. La República Dominicana lo negó fuertemente. Lo negó varias veces el canciller de la República, Roberto Álvarez, y finalmente hoy hay un titular en el periódico Diario Libre donde dice la ONU ya admite que verdaderamente en la República Dominicana no se ha establecido ningún puente aéreo. Lo había también negado el vocero oficial del gobierno, Homero Figueroa. No hay dudas de que hay una intención malsana de que la República Dominicana se tome ese problema de Haití y nosotros no podemos como República Dominicana. Y decía un compañero nuestro, los dominicanos estamos muy sensibles con relación al tema de los haitianos. Lo queremos mucho, hay mucha gente aquí, muchos haitianos que son trabajadores, están siendo acogidos aquí en la República Dominicana, pero no podemos hacer más. No podemos hacer más, no podemos hacernos cargo del problema de Haití, de esa nación. Además de que ellos no quieren tampoco, nosotros tampoco queremos hacernos cargo de esa situación. Queremos seguir como estamos, protegiendo nuestra frontera, que se haga el mercado binacional como usted quiera, que se suplan de los alimentos, de los combustibles, de todo lo que usted quiera. Pero aquí nosotros queremos paz y tranquilidad. Somos un país que hemos venido creciendo en los últimos 50 años económicamente. Nuestra economía nacional ha crecido. Lamentablemente en Haití no ha sido así. Hay un desorden, hay un caos, no ha podido ser posible. Y se espera que los haitianos resuelvan sus problemas en Haití, sin involucrar a la República Dominicana. Yo le decía al principio del programa que tenemos una entrevista en la que participó el canciller de la República, Roberto Álvarez, que por interesante que es y por lo que él dice, por las respuestas que le da a la periodista de CNN, creo que se llama Christine, que viene siendo como Cristina en español, fue una excelente entrevista en la que el canciller de la República demostró que sabe de lo que está hablando. Y yo quiero compartir con ustedes esta entrevista y de ahí entonces otra vez nos vamos a la pausa comercial.
Welcome to our program. Can I just start, Foreign Minister, by asking you whether there is any progress towards this so-called Transitional Haitian Leadership Council that the United States and neighbors are proposing?
Thank you for having me on, Christian. It's a pleasure to be with you. As far as we know, the latest information is that of the 7 members of the Transitional Provisional Presidential Council, 6 have been designated by the pertinent political parties or institutions, as well as 2 observers. There is only one so far that has not, and that is the party Petit Dessalines, and they're waiting for their nominee.
Foreign Minister, as I said, you know, you are slap bang next door to Haiti. You have very different economies, very different, states of being. What is happening at your border? You have put up controls and increased them so as not to have an exodus of Haitians into your country.
That is correct. And as you mentioned in your introduction, the Dominican Republic is a growing economy. We have been growing at a G level of 5% per year for over perhaps the last 50 years or so, one of the highest in Latin America. This is a magnet, obviously, to attract workers. And in this particular case, Haitians, since we share the island, one of the very few islands that have 2 independent countries next to each other. Given this catastrophic situation that you have mentioned and that David Culver has very well reported on, it is our national security that is at stake here. So we've had to reinforce our border. We have probably about 10,000 military soldiers of different forces at the border at a very heavy cost, as you may well imagine. But it goes well beyond that, Christian, in terms of the social services that are also used by Haitian migrants in the Dominican Republic.
So, I mean, clearly for you then, some kind of rapid stabilization in Haiti is of particular importance, not to mention for the suffering Haitian people. So you say the Transitional Council is on its way to being completed, but you also know that the main gangs there, the main gang leaders who are pretty much in control of the important parts of Haiti, have rejected this. They've rejected any international intervention. They've rejected any idea of a UN-backed peace stabilization force. What is going to get those people in charge to accept what you all hope will happen?
Well, that is why we have been calling the attention of the international community now for over 3 years. Since President Moïse of Haiti was assassinated in July of 21, our president, Luis Abinader, went to the United Nations in September of that year and called energetically the attention of the international community. I myself have been before the Security Council, the United Nations Security Council, 9 times, calling the attention of the community about the need of assistance for the Haitian National Police before it was too late. We are getting close to that point. It is really a catastrophic situation in Haiti. And although the gangs control probably about 80% of the territory of the capital of Port-au-Prince, we still believe that with the level of assistance of an international mission with the participation of several countries that have already offered to send their police forces, it can be gotten under control. A lot of gang members are just unemployed youths that have nothing better to do, that have been, some of them, forced to join these gangs. So we believe that a well-armed assistance mission to the Haitian National Police can still get the situation under control.
Well, I just want to press you as to how, because you've obviously seen for decades, particularly since the dictator Duvalier fled in 1986, there has been successive U.S. interventions, armed military interventions, UN interventions meant to be stabilization, and nothing has worked. In fact, they've gotten, it's stayed the same or it's gotten worse. So do you believe in international intervention? And what are you suggesting armed intervention to combat the gangs who are armed and who don't want you there?
Armed intervention by itself does not solve the Haitian problem, or any country's problem for that matter. It's only the Haitians themselves that will eventually, they will have to pull themselves by the bootstraps eventually. And they are the only ones who can do it. However, in order to get to that point where you can have certain level of peace, security, some basic law and order, for that today, international assistance is required. There is just no other way. The Haitians themselves have asked for it. 80% of the Haitian population at least approve of it, because there have been some polls, even though people may find it last year hard to believe, but they have sort of clearly stated that they would like to have some international assistance. Mm-hmm. But like in several other countries where there have been strife, unless the Haitian actors themselves, the stakeholders, get together, develop a national plan, stick to it, it will never work. Mm-hmm. So it will ultimately be up to the Haitians themselves.
Mm-hmm. It does seem like a very vicious circle here, and how to unravel it is unclear at this moment. But I do want to ask you again about Dominican role in all of this. You know, you talked about reinforcing your border. You don't want waves of refugees or migrants into your border. But according to a UN report, Haitian gangs use your country, the Dominican Republic, as a planning base, a depository for their money. And the capital, Santo Domingo, is, according to this UN report, a major market for weapons to Haitian gangs. So that's exacerbating from your country into Haiti, the violence and instability. What are you doing to stop that?
I believe you're probably referring to United Nations report on drug and crimes, the Agency Against Drugs and Crime. That report, basically what it stated, it was that the Dominican Republic was used as a transit point for some arms and ammunition. We have not seen the proof of that allegation, number one. Number two, we produce no arms in the Dominican Republic. And that report itself, and most of the other reports, actually state that the arms are coming from the United States. And that is one of the main aspects that the UN resolutions, the Security Council's resolutions, in addition to the assistance of the multinational force, it was also an arms embargo, which is still, the U.S. authorities are working on it, but most of the arms that are coming through Florida have flown into Haiti through ports, airports, and many Haitian ports and airports, not through Dominican ports or airports. But also you need to sanction the individuals, the politicians and others who have been, over the years, sort of helping the gangs to grow, so seeking political support. That is also another aspect that is essential of the UN resolutions to be applied fully.
Foreign Minister, obviously there's a massive humanitarian crisis. You're trying to secure the Dominican Republic, but are you doing anything to facilitate the relief of humanitarian disaster, like letting food in or facilitating more aid into Haiti right now?
First of all, Christiane, along the border between the Dominican Republic and Haiti, there are multiple binational markets that operate every week, even now, under these dire conditions. And those are the main four areas where the Haitians themselves purchase most of the food, water, and other merchandise for everyday living. Along the border, we have a 391 kilometers border. And again, these binational markets are in operation today. Secondly, we have supplied different hospitals, embassies, and so on with fuel and other needs at different moments. We have, in the past, also been a transshipment point for a lot of humanitarian assistance. At this point, today, the airport in Haiti is closed.
Yep.
So there is no way. You cannot even cross over the border because the gangs control the highways into Port-au-Prince. So getting humanitarian assistance into Haiti today is one of the challenges.
Certainly is. Foreign Minister Alvarez, thank you very much indeed for joining us from Santo Domingo.